Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Adriana and I'm going to teach you some copywriting today. So today's video is going to be about the consultation call or the sales call that you will have with your future client or with a prospect to basically sell your service. So this video is going to prepare you for that call and give you a different perspective of looking at the sales calls or the consultation calls that you have with your clients. Let's start off by saying that you will probably at some point have to get on the phone or get onto Zoom to speak to a prospective client. Why? Because, well, first of all, most serious businesses like to interact with the people that they will be hiring as freelancers. And if you want to develop a long-term relationship with any business, it's good to actually develop some kind of a relationship with the people inside of that business who are part of that business. So yes, you will be on calls. Now, if you're scared or nervous about it, don't worry, because I'm about to basically break this down to you, not just in a way to show you how to navigate through the call, but also to change your mindset around it so that when you actually have to do this call, you feel good about it and you're excited to do it. So the first thing I need you to absolutely drill into your beautiful head is that this call is not about you desperately trying to sell your service. Don't do that, okay? This is about basically you figuring out if you and the client are a good match, okay? So what most people do is they make this mistake of just getting onto a sales call with this mindset of just thinking that they have to make the sale. If they don't make the sale, they won't make money, feel like a failure because they didn't make the sale. Okay, that's not true. The most important thing that you have to do during that call is to figure out whether this client is someone that's suitable to work with you and whether you're the right copywriter for them, okay? When you come with this mindset straight away, you're taking the pressure off your shoulders, okay? So relax. You don't have to make the sale. Your life doesn't depend on it. You have to trust that it's more important to have the right clients than to have a big amount of clients. So the second mistake most people make when they get on a sales call is they start talking. They start talking because they're nervous and they want to sell their product. So all these things are going through their head. They want to prove that they're the best and how they can do it for them and blah, blah, blah. And you're talking. And your client or your prospective client at this point will probably not ever turn into a client because they're sitting there and they're thinking,
oh, I can't wait to get off this call.
So what you're going to do is you're going to ask the right questions and you're going to listen. So the ratio of you speaking to listening, you got to figure this out. You're going to be listening for 90% of the time, and 10% of the time you're going to be asking questions to prompt the prospect to give you more information, because this is how you figure out whether they're the right client for you and how you could help them. So now I'm going to tell you what kind of questions you want to ask them. You want to ask them about their business. You want to ask them about their product or service. You want to ask them about any other marketing material that they have, so their client avatar, whether they've done any ads before, or whether they already have a sales funnel, whether they have a plan of the sales funnel, whether they've sold any of this product before, what kind of market research do they have, what kind of client research do they have they ever worked with a copywriter before, and what kind of results do they expect. Basically, yes, you're just going into as much detail as possible to get a very big and beautiful and bright picture of what your client is doing already, what they've done in the past, and what they hope to achieve in the future. So once this part is over and you have gathered a lot of information, then you can speak to your client. Now, in this part, you really want to make sure that you're not just babbling on, okay? If you already have some ideas and you're very enthusiastic, then yes, voice them to your client. If you don't have ideas and you feel like you need more time to think about it, say that to them. Just say, wow, I love your product, I love your idea. How about I go away and I come back to you with some recommendations of how I could work with you on this. So this already gives them an idea of what you work like, that you put your effort and time into preparing yourself, okay? So in this moment, you could arrange another quick call with them. Just say it'll be 5 or 10 minutes where I'll just communicate the ideas through to you. And in that point, you would continue the sale. If you choose to, for instance, straight away, maybe give them some recommendations or advice or how you imagine that you could work with them, you can pursue that and then give them your price and then agree the sale there and then. So I'm not going to go into like sales techniques here. I'm just trying to give you an overview of how to manage yourself during this call with a client so you understand more or less what is the aim of it and how you should proceed. Okay, so as I mentioned, when it's your time to talk, the most important thing that you do is you give value to them. Whatever you can give to them in that moment, this is your time to give them something. So oftentimes when I'm doing a consultation call with one of my prospective clients, as they're explaining their product or as they're explaining their service to me and their current marketing and what they've done in the past, etc., whenever I know that I can clarify things for them or whenever I have an idea that I believe would be good for them, this is the moment that I give it to them. Just as a word of advice. It's not something they pay for, it's just something that I feel that in this moment I can offer them. So I encourage you to do that because it shows your goodwill and it shows that you've been paying attention and that you can come up with ideas and that you can offer them advice, that you have some kind of an expertise, or if not expertise, at least enthusiasm. So depending on how the conversation goes, and at this point when you're giving them advice or just talking, doing your part of the talking, you can proceed to the pitch. So you could say to them something as simple as, hey, listen, I would really love to work with you and I believe that I'm the right person to help you with this. So if you're happy to proceed, my fee is whatever, okay? I could quote you this much. If you are comfortable giving the quote in this moment, you could also take it a different way and you say, hey, I really love this and I want to work with you and I think that I'm the right person to help you with this. How about I will go away, generate some ideas, then we come back, talk again for maybe 5-10 minutes and we can see if you want to proceed. And then you will be able to, they might ask you about the price in this moment, or just develop your own process that you feel comfortable with, and don't give into this pressure of feeling scared that if you don't close the sale in this call, you're never going to close it, because the next step might be arranging a different phone call. The next step might be getting them to agree to receive your plan. The next step might be them agreeing to you sending them a quote. So the most important thing is that you close the call, but you've agreed for the next step. So it doesn't have to be the monetary exchange at the end of the call or a signing of a contract. What it can be is just that you both agree to take the next step, and then you follow through with that step and you follow up with them. Then of course the process will depend on that. Like if you've agreed to send them something afterwards, make sure you do that. Make sure you follow up with them if they're not responding to you. Don't be offended if they don't respond right away or if you need to follow up a few times. Business owners are busy and a lot of the time they just forget, okay? And hiring a copywriter might be on their priority list, but they might have some blockages around it where they're scared of moving forward with the project, or whatever else. There's a lot of reasons why people don't respond straight away. All you can do is follow up with them very easily. Just say, hey, I'm just following up on this. Give me a call or send me a quick message to let me know, if we can move forward. That's all you have to say. You don't have to make the follow-up emails big and long and beautiful. No, you just have to make sure that they know that you're still thinking about this and you're ready to move on as soon as they are. Okay, so let's just summarize everything that I talked about today. First of all, you're going to go into every consultation and into every call with the mindset of trying to figure out whether you're the right fit for your client and whether they're a good fit for you. Then you're going to do just 10% of the talking. You're going to encourage the client to do 90% of the talking. You're going to ask them the right questions to encourage them to give you all of the information that you need to get a good understanding of their product and service and business. And while they're doing that talking, at the same time, You're going to look for opportunities to give them advice or give them clarification or give them value in some way. Then comes your time to talk. This is when you will give them this advice, give them this value, and then you will agree the next step, whatever you feel comfortable with and whatever you think the client is going to be comfortable with. Now, remember to just be open to your client, be relaxed, and go in with a lot of confidence because you're there to help them. So that's it for today. I hope, as always, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you for being here. Thank you for learning with me. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know if you liked the video, if you're excited for your next call because you're going to go in with a completely different mindset. Also, let me know if you have any thoughts in general on this topic. I mean, let's learn from each other. And don't forget to subscribe and like my channel. I'll see you in the next video.